When I was a 16-year-old fat kid, there was only one person who cared about me, and that was my mom. She cared about me enough to tell me to finally get on the scale and that I was looking way too big, especially because she sees me every single day. And this specific time, I was walking past her room. She sees me. She says, "Bryce, you're looking way too big." I go get on the scale, discouraged. I hop on, and it says 300 pounds at 16 years old. And this leads me into the first step, awareness. And the first point I want to make. In this video, I'm going to give you guys 10 reasons why it was so hard for me to lose weight when I was losing my 100 pounds, and why it's probably hard for you to lose your 100 pounds. And maybe you feel like it's hard for you to lose weight because you have to give up your favorite foods or you have to work out every day. Well, that isn't true. I'm here to tell you that I lost 50 pounds in 6 months without working out, and I've also lost another 50 pounds with working out. So you can do either one, but it's a specific way you have to do it. And in this video, I'll be able to give you the exact foundations that you need to stop doing these 10 things that's probably stopping your progress. Point number one is going to be awareness. If you don't know where you are, it doesn't matter where you're going. Whenever you use your Google Maps and you turn on your location, the first thing it finds is you. And if your location network can't find you, it won't direct your maps for you. So you need to figure out where you're at right now. What does that look like for you? Go get on the scale. Go take your shirt off in the mirror. Go get in the shower, and before you put your clothes back on, just stare at yourself for a good minute and really get that clarity. Like, this is where I am, and this is the worst I am now, but it can get worse or it can get better from this current decisions that I make from now on. If you look at it as a starting point and not an ending point, you'll be way better off. Don't look at your starting point as your ending point. Don't look at yourself and fall into one of the triggers that I talk about in my 33 Triggers book, the comparison trap. If you're judging your day one to someone else day 1000, it's going to be a big gap. I've lost 120 pounds, and yet to this day, sometimes I fall susceptible to my average cravings, which is why I still teach it to people, because to let them know that it's okay to eat your favorite foods. It's just not okay to eat what you want and just be a slob. Next, we have point number two, which is bad habits. I remember when I was younger and I was in middle school, before I gained my 100 pounds and didn't notice, I used to live with a friend who we always used to walk across the street and go to McDonald's or Taco Bell or 7-Eleven and get snacks and get all these different treats, late night cravings, late night munchies, whatever you want to call them. And after that, of course, we wouldn't feel nothing wrong with it because we were just doing what we desired. But bird's eye view, we both have lost 100 pounds now. He's lost over 118 pounds. I've lost over 120 pounds. It's my best friend to this day. And we talk about this of the habits that we created also created our life. I'm going to play this clip right here because I interviewed my friend Kai to explain like what exactly was stopping you from losing weight and what do you suggest to others. And here's what he said.
How many pounds did you lose?
120.
120. What's the biggest you ever were?
Like 345. Right now I'm like 227.
227.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So added up.
Added up. I got you. Okay. So what was the hardest part about your journey?
The hardest part was really finding like the discipline for yourself within the everyday habits and the everyday routine.
So do you feel like the journey of losing weight is mostly mindset?
It's for sure mindset, you feel me? Like, your physical body is one thing, yeah, that's cool, but it's a reflection of your mind. Strong body, strong mind, I'm big on that.
Point number three, I never had a why. I never had a why because I first off didn't know I needed to lose weight. But it was when I seen that I didn't like the image in the mirror when I was walking by it. Or I never was able to take my shirt off at the pool. And I didn't want to live like this for long. I knew that, okay, if you're going to have a wife one day, she's probably going to be able to see you with your shirt off, and it's going to make you insecure. I knew that when I used to be on FaceTime with people and I can't take my shirt off comfortably because I'm playing the game and I don't want them to see me, but if they weren't on the phone, I would have my shirt off. I didn't want to live like that forever. Point number three is to create a why. What is your why? Me currently now, I've lost 100 pounds. I like the way I look now. I don't have a negative self-image, but I have an image that I want to live up to, such as if I own a company about helping people lose weight, well, it's probably a better idea if I look in the best shape possible, not just okay, because there's a version of me that is the current self, what is okay with losing 100 pounds. And then there's a version of me who needs to max out and pretend like this was how I was always supposed to be. I just went backwards. So technically I'm still normal. Like, do you get that mind frame switch from going from like, I owe myself, that's why I get to chill and relax, to no, this is what I was supposed to be at. I'm behind. I'm late. I need to go to my next level. And I've noticed that the person who I used to be thought he was this version of me. So when I'm closing deals and I'm also not closing deals, and I see people not swarming to me, like, why aren't they coming to pay me? I have the knowledge to teach them how to lose 100 pounds. And I'm charging so little for it compared to these other people who's not even teaching what I'm teaching. It's because I'm not the person who I fully need to be. And it's simply because my why isn't strong enough. So now I've created a stronger why, such as my business, because I am the product. When you see me as a reflection of my business. If I was 300 pounds still, doesn't look very good selling weight loss products. Does that make sense? If you made it this far and you agree, comment the word facts. Just remember, a strong why could bear any how. Create your why. Point number 4 that was stopping me from losing weight on my weight loss journey was simply that I didn't understand that all work works. I didn't know that my progress was working on me, even though I didn't see it until others started telling me. People will tell you about your progress before you see it. Don't look for it. You can track it. You can keep images of daily photos and track the scale if you don't like tracking your calories. But at the end of the day, people will tell you, and you get more satisfaction from hearing someone else say, man, you look good, or you look great, or you've lost 20 pounds, bro, huh? Or they won't tell you the exact amount for sure, but they'll at least say, bro, you look like you lost a lot of weight. Like every time that I've seen family, they always tell me I'm in better shape. And I started to fall in love with hearing that, to where when I go on a break from them, I try to get in better shape. So if you're looking to level up your body, use your holidays as an example. How many Thanksgiving have you showed up looking the same even though you didn't want to? How long are you going to let that keep going? And when is it going to change for you? How often do you want results instead of regret, but you're left with the regret? Let it change now. Point number 5 that was stopping me from losing weight on my weight loss journey was simply I was self-sabotaging myself. I would eat the cupcake. I would eat the strawberry shortcake. I don't like strawberry shortcake, but I like sweets. I'm still a 300-pound kid in the heart. I just molded this version of me. If you guys read the book Can't Hurt Me, it talks about how David built Goggins. Bryce built Bgotfit. Like, I am, Bgotfit is not Bryce. Bryce is just Bryce. Bryce is a normal 300-pound fat kid who was raised by his mama, and a mama's boy. Cool. Then there's this version of me who's like, I'm a provider. I'm a protector. I don't want my mom to touch for nothing. I don't want her to ever have to work till she's 60. I'm going to retire her before before she retires herself. And this version of me wants it more. And this version of me is the version I want to be. And with self-sabotage too, it's very sneaky because your mind will create ways for you to understand that what you're doing isn't wrong. So you may think that, no, well, I was just going to start on Monday because it made sense. If I start on the 1st, then I can get a full 30 days. Why not get on ahead of it and be on your 33rd day? Like, does the calendar really matter? And I'm saying this to you because I've done it hundreds and hundreds of times. It doesn't stop. You will forever put stuff out. And how you do one thing is what? How you do everything. Point number 6 that was stopping me from losing weight was emotional eating. Like, it took me so long to figure out why I overeat, but it was only when I didn't have control over my life, I would stress eat. And it was because putting food in my mouth was the only way to cope with the feeling of this is the only thing that I can control. Let that sink in. If you've ever overeaten when you're sad, or if you smoke weed, this is specifically for smoke weed people. If you ever smoked and you wanted to be in that state of like, I just want to be depressed. Like, I want to be like slow right now. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're a woman, if you ever listen to music, or sometimes guys, I do this too, so I'm not just gonna say woman. If you ever listen to music, Have you ever played a specific song to get a specific vibe? You never are happy and be like, I'm gonna play some sad Drake. Like, no, you like, I'm gonna turn up. But if you're in your mood and you just broke up with your girl, redemption on my mind, you know what I'm saying? Emotional eating is the same way. The food copes. It's a coping method, and it's actually one of the most scariest drugs to cope with because you don't even notice that it's happening. You just eat and eat and eat, and you don't notice, but your body does. And 6 months from then, 30, 40, 50 pounds has just popped up on you. The average American gains around 5 to 10 pounds a year. Just if they do nothing. Like if they just stay the same and they just let life go based off the food industry, they'll gain 5 to 10 pounds in a year. So you stacked up over 10 years, you'll gain 50 pounds. And that's how people become overweight. Just as simple as that. Look at these kids. You ever seen a kid that looks like, if you're a parent and your kid is overweight, it's because you gave them a 2 times more likely chance of being overweight because you're overweight. So if you don't care about your kid, keep being overweight. If not, you should start with the emotional eating part. You should start with the self-judgment. You should start with awareness. Start with these tips that we've broken down and these points to get you on the right track, because why would you leave it up to them? Do you think they're stronger than you in this industry that's out for your money? Just be honest. Point number 8 is the fear of failure. I remember when I first started losing weight, I never actually focused on failing. I just said I'm gonna become a healthy person, which relates back to the book Atomic Habits. And it talks about becoming a healthy person is the goal, not losing 20 pounds. Becoming a runner, not running a marathon. The difference between these two mindsets is drastic. And the fear of failing is not actually what you think. What if I told you it's actually the fear of judgment, which is our next point. You're not afraid of failing, you're afraid of people seeing you fail. Would you care about not doing those push-ups correctly if you were home alone with your parents? Or do you only care because people see you? So it's not failure that you're scared of, it's people seeing you fail. And this could be on the flip side. You might be scared of success. What does it look like to be scared of success? You want to be a YouTuber. You haven't posted your first video yet. What is it, stage fright? Simply because you understand that the calamity behind this video might get hundreds of thousands of views. With that being said, that means you're scared of success. Judgment isn't fatal, but inaction is. The last point I want to leave you with is all or nothing thinking. There was a guy who was building a temple. He went brick by brick around the temple and around the temple over and over again, placing each brick with precision. He got to around the 1,000th brick. He places it and it's incorrect. It's off just a little bit. He shouts, he pouts, he stops. He doesn't keep building. Months go by, travelers come by, they wonder what it is. They say, hey, was this supposed to be a temple? And he says, yes, of course, but look right there. There's imperfection. Do you not see this brick right there? And they say, yeah, and they keep going. One day a traveler comes by and he says the same thing. Was this supposed to be a temple? And the guy says, yes, but look right here. He says, if you would have kept going, the beauty of the temple would have outweighed and outmasked the mistake. So having that all or nothing thinking, that meaning like you either have to do 100% right or not at all, is a recipe for disaster. One workout and one bad meal doesn't make the body or break the body. It's compounding 80% on either side, and the choice is yours. Remember, health is wealth.